What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here with AverageGuysGaming. My name is Michael, and we are getting into a review video here for Grid. Been waiting on making this video as I was just kind of get thoughts together of what I did and didn't enjoy. I've been trying to get the content out, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to go ahead and start with what I enjoyed about the game. It was a great game, good length, good selection of vehicles. I think that the tracks were a good selection. You did play a lot of them back, but they changed it up, so it was always a question of the terrain always changed, and always gave you a different challenge. So we're that's a like. I love that. I love the kind of story they put to it. I think it was a great story. Kind of new guy coming in, taking over the Masters, fighting for that right to be the league champion. I think that was a cool little narrative to it. Gave you something else. Did also enjoy the extra DLC content. Add a little bit more to the game. It was to the beginning part of the game, and some of the cars were a little bit OP. But I think the add-on content or DLC content for the game was a great option. It definitely added a little bit more flip and flair to it. Obviously, I'm playing it as an older game, so there's a few things that I don't really like, but we'll get to those later. Vehicles, great selection. I think they covered a lot of bases without getting too in depth. I love a game that has a lot of vehicles, but isn't overly where you're going, what do I need to pick? What's the right car? You know, is one car more OP than the other? Totally follow into that, so we definitely don't want any of that. So we'll get into some of the things I didn't like about the car selection process either, but we'll cover that in just a bit here. So continue with some what else I liked. I like the weekly challenges. There's a good little kind of throw in there to earn some more I guess XP, kind of earn some more dollars and things like that. There's actually more XP because I don't think, there's a little bit of cash in there too as well, I think, but either way, that option to have that weekly challenge was kind of cool. It gave you something else to play besides running through the career. Was a nice multiplayer option. Didn't get to play any of that because obviously I'm playing it as an older game. There isn't very many people on, so kind of didn't get to experience any of that, but definitely a nice option to where it's at where you can play. Level cap, I think, could have been expanded, but again, that's something I can cover here and what I didn't really enjoy, but it's not really I didn't enjoy it, just you cap out so quickly, or at least I did, before I got to the end. There wasn't any real reason to play other than just to continue the career, so that's where I enjoyed that at that point. But I think the level cap again could have been, but again, pushing the level cap too far is just a hindrance, especially if there's stuff locked behind it, then you are just grinding, and that's not cool. But again, kind of keeps you play, especially when you can play the online stuff. But so, all right, we're gonna move on to the next section, which is gonna be what I didn't like. All right, so what I didn't like about the game was definitely one of the race modes. I forget which one it was called. It was the one that had I'm called the board race. It basically had a green arrow or an X. Wasn't a huge fan of that. Didn't like that you couldn't see the arrows in time when you were coming. Like they delayed in getting through, especially if you were playing from the position I played, which was third person, so you guys could see the vehicle. You were even delayed trying to do it from cockpits, even worse at that point, because I did a couple of those. Now, if you're playing that race or that race mode on bumper cam, easy enough to see, but again, you're it's still delayed in getting there. Difficulty, I didn't find that great. I think on easy, it was way too easy, and then on hard, some tracks and vehicles were just so much more harder. You would get just absolutely decimated by the opponents, no matter what vehicle you're playing. So it's kind of like there was no real middle ground. Playing on medium felt very rewarding. Definitely with some points where you broke away, but then there was other races where you had company right behind you. So I think a medium was a nice place to be. What else I didn't like, damage model. There wasn't really, I mean, it did damage out of your cars, did have some damage to them, but some damage effects would have been a little cooler, like when your engine's damaged, seeing it smoke, or, you know, having a rim kind of bent and things like that. A few more visuals, but I mean, it didn't take away from gameplay by any means at that point. So, all right, some neutral things. Cartooning really didn't play a fact into the game, so there was no reason to really do it. I did a little bit just to get some more top speed out of certain vehicles and things like that, but honestly, a lot of time you didn't need to, because the vehicles are all pretty much on the same path. You could just, if you struggled with a race, you could just pick a different vehicle and go from there, especially on some like the time attacks. Just grab the vehicle that somebody finished first in, wherever race you were at, and go race out, because generally the better of the two cars versus what you ran originally. I don't want ever tuning to play a huge option in racing games that I play. I don't think that's the case, because I can't tune a car very much, but I think the ability to do some tuning wasn't called out by any means, so it definitely wasn't something that was ever being used, or at least I didn't ever use it very often. There was a few vehicles I did tune, but there was, again, no real reason to make tuning options from what I could see. Again, another neutral, again, the online mode, I didn't get to play it. Again, there's no one really playing because it's being an older game mode, or game. There's no one to play, so I would feel that it's neutral because, again, I didn't get to experience at that point from there with playing the career and the DLC. Another neutral, not positive, not negative, but I do wish they would have added another DLC pack or another 2 DLC packs to it. I think game longevity is something that's missing in the market. I don't need to buy, say, Gravel 2 when you could, not necessarily live server, but add another DLC. Give me some more career content to play. Like, throw something at it like, hey, new challenger shows up and he was the the grand champ from before, or whatever the case may be. Because then you can really kind of build onto it. I think a lot of games are missing that element to just longevity to the game. Hundreds of millions of hours are put into making these games, making them function, and then they're just kind of thrown away. And to build into that, I think, is a great place to go. But again, I know it's dollars, and selling a new game pays a lot more than saying, building DLC and paying it that way, because not everybody buys the DLC, but at a decent price. People have no, why not? For $10, you go back to a game that's only $10 and you buy some extra DLC and go from there. All right, so my overall opinion of Gravel is very good. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10, especially as of right now. It's a steal. It's like $10 from any place used. Again, the one real negative is you can't really play online, so you got to find some people to play online with on your friends list. But you got a couple of friends to buy. But it's definitely worth the game. It's worth the play, especially at $10. Even with DLC, I think it's only $5 for the DLC. I'm not sure. I didn't pay very much for it either at that point, but it's definitely worth a buy. So if you're looking for a racing game that's kind of out of the element, something that's a little bit different, and you enjoy racing, enjoy that off-road style racing, which is what this is, definitely pick it up. It's worth a snag. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here, guys. If you haven't done it, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Helps me out more than you possibly know. We are climbing every day with subscribers. I appreciate everyone's love and support. You guys help me out more than you guys could possibly know. I'm always looking to grow the channel, improve the channel, change things. If you guys see something, hear something, want to see something, let me know. Feedback is huge. Obviously, I'm playing games that I like to play, but I will totally jump outside of my element if someone is interested in watching something particular. So, but again, hit that like and subscribe. Uploads every Tuesday and Saturday. We're going noon Central Standard Time. We will, guys, check you out in the next video next time. Peace.